Topic 13, Lesson 3, Multiplying a fraction by a whole number using symbols. Well, so far you've learned how to multiply a fraction by a whole number. In this lesson, we'll think about the kind of problem situation that would require us to multiply a fraction by a whole number and find the product to solve the problem. Our standards are to apply and extend previous understanding of multiplication to multiply a fraction by a whole number, understand a multiple of a over b as a multiple of 1 over b, and use the understanding to multiply a fraction by a whole number. And also solve word problems involving multiplication of a fraction by a whole number. Mathematical practices, we're going to make sense of problems and persevere in solving them. We're going to reason abstractly and quantitatively, construct viable arguments and critique the reasoning of others, and model with mathematics. Our focus is, when do you need to multiply a fraction by a whole number? Let's take a look. A recipe for 1 gallon of fruit punch calls for 3/4 of a cup of orange juice. How much orange juice is needed to make 8 gallons of fruit juice? So again, we have a recipe for 1 gallon, you need 3/4 of a cup. But we want 8 gallons, and the question is, how much orange juice is needed to get that 8 gallons? Well, the easiest way is to go ahead and set it up like this. And since we come back here and we know we're talking about fourths, then we know for each gallon we need 3/4. That's 1 gallon, 2 gallons. Now notice I'm not actually doing all the fourths to make a whole, so that really doesn't mean that it's one whole there, because you need 4 fourths to make a whole. But we're just signifying that each of these will help make a gallon, because each of these is 3/4. So here we go. Got all those. So this would be 5, this would be 6, this would be 7, and this would be 8. If we go back again, we need 8 gallons. So we could count this all up and find out how much we need. So it would be 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, and that's 12, plus another 12, so that's 24 fourths. Kind of hard to see there, but that's 24 fourths that we counted up. We could literally go through and count each one. There's 24 of these fourths. That's quite a bit. And it takes a lot of counting to get all of this, but we could do it. So that's 24 of them. Well, what if we went ahead and just did 8 times 3/4? That would make it a lot easier. And since we're multiplying, we don't need to worry about the denominator. That actually stays the same. We're just going to multiply straight across. And then we get 8 times 3. And look, there's that 24. 24 fourths, which is what we got back over here. So, what is that the same as? Well, how many times can 4 go into 24? Well, we know that 6 times 4 equals 24, so that means 6. So, the question is, if we go back to the question, how much orange juice is needed to make 8 gallons? If we need 3/4 of a cup, well, we're going to need 6 whole cups. Alright, let's try another one. We have 2/3 of a mile each day. Let's say somebody went running. You have 2/3 of a mile each day. How many miles are in 1 week? And remember, there are 7 days in a week. So pause the video, try it on your own, and come back. Good luck. Alright, how'd you do? Well, we know we can actually go ahead and set it up just like we did before, and we can do 7 times 2/3. And again, the denominator stays the same, and we just multiply straight across. 7 times 2, which equals 14/3. And so our question is, then how many times does 3 go into 24? And we know it goes not quite 5 times, but it does go 4 times with 2 remaining over. We get 4 2/3. So that's how many miles this person would go. We get 4 2/3 miles. And again, we can look at it as a picture. So this is 2/3. This is 2/3, 2/3. So, and again, we know that 2/3 each day. So this is day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7. And if we counted them all up, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So again, we're back to, we have 14/3. And like I said, 3 into 14 goes 4 times. And we get 2 left over. So that equals 4 2/3. Is that what you got? Good. Well, now try some on your own. Good luck.